Writing Prompts, WP. I am the last librarian on Earth. The world has forgotten how to read, but I guard the knowledge of humanity in a hidden vault. Today someone knocked on the door, and they brought a book. My life was privileged. I knew it. I had known for my entire life trapped within these metal walls. Food was of no concern, as the greenhouse produced more than enough for me. Water was filtered, boiled, and filtered again, taken care of by machines older than I. My only responsibility was to look after these books, a repository of all human knowledge, bound in ink and paper. From technical designs to simple poetry, in-depth musings to delightful fairy tales. Every book had a place here, and I was the only librarian left to care for them. That was my job. That was all of my jobs. Number 26 in line, a clone of the original librarian. I had been here for longer than I cared to count, alone in the woods of shelves. I knew I had read many of them, or rather my clones had. But even so, that many was but a pittance compared to the sheer number here. My entertainment was never-ending, and I hated it. I knew why this place existed, to preserve knowledge and disperse it across those who survived the end of the world. And we had tried it. At least a dozen of my predecessors had left to teach, but all they had achieved was dying. The savages that replaced civilization too xenophobic to let me teach them. So now I just sat alone, passing the time with these books, waiting for my life to end and the next clone to take my place. Maybe they would decide to attempt the next dispersal of knowledge. But I wouldn't. I hated my life, but I hated the idea of leaving even more. So when I heard the alarm of someone at the door, I knew I tensed. A visitor was something I had never dreamed of. I couldn't check the cameras, long since having succumbed to the elements. But I knew the ones inside still worked, with the defenses that remained. At least having nothing to do but read meant I had read exactly how to maintain them. I could let them in, and still be relatively safe. It was a tough decision, between the known tedium and the potential for death. But the potential won out. I opened the door, expecting to see a savage, and at first I did. They wore only ragged cloth, no semblance of proper attire. Scars littered the sun-worn skin, hair grown in a shaggy mop. A hand clutched a hide bag as they smiled at me. How long has it been? The perfect speech made my mind stutter. I peered closer at the wrinkled face and twinkling eyes. Then it hit me, seeing their face. A face I knew well, older and weathered, but familiar. One of my predecessor clones grinned, hand dipping into the bag. From within came what was undoubtedly a book, or the best attempt, thick pages bound with a leather cord. The writing was my own as he nudged me. Let's go in. I have here a copy of everything I have learned of the Gulu tribe and many others. I nodded, wordlessly letting myself in. I had every piece of written work to exist at my disposal, but now, one of me was back, with a new one to add, and I had never felt so excited to read something.